Hello, everyone. Many people dream of achieving massive success, but only few people are achieving it. Actually, about 8% or 9% of the people achieve massive success, and the rest of the people just dream about it. Do you know why? Well, I think goal setting has something to do with it. And of course, a plan of action to follow every day to take you to the journey to achieving your goals. So that's what we are going to do today. Today, I am going to share with you goal setting, a lecture on goal settings. Last week, I offered two workshops on goal settings, 2-hour-long live workshop on goal setting. So I thought I would take that 2 hours and provide today an overview of goal setting so I can help you perhaps to achieve your goals in 2023. We are only hours away from the new year. And probably, like many people, you are thinking about setting your goals, planning your goals or resolutions. But of course, you want to also achieve the goals you are going to set up for yourself. So we know resolutions don't work. I mean, we have the research for it. And once again, only about 6-7 people achieve their goals, their resolutions. And I have always been fascinated with this concept, right? This idea. Why is it that only few people achieve their goals and the rest do not? What is it about these people that are doing that the rest of the people are not doing? So I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn who these people are, what they're doing, how they think, how they, organize their day, their week, and essentially their lives, right? So that's what I have been doing for the past 15 years as a professor of sociology and executive education and leadership. So today, I want to share, as I said, a brief overview on goal setting, and I hope it will help you be successful in 2023. So if we're ready, in just a moment, I am going to share my screen with you. And then we can talk about how we can achieve massive success in 2023. If you know me, or if you have been in my classes or coaching, you know that, or if you read my book, Why Not You? How to Become an Empowered Woman, you know that I have goals. I set goals. I think about what kind of life I want to live. And based on that, I look at my life holistically, which is what we are going to talk about in just a moment, so that my life has some sort of balance. We don't want to be out of balance, right? We don't want to spend too much time in one area and neglect all the other areas. We want to be aware and intentional about how we live our lives and what goals do we want to achieve in this beautiful life that we are so grateful to have. So without further ado, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. And you can take a pen and something to write on, so you can take notes. We know from science that is not the same thing if you type or if you just listen, okay? It's far more effective if you take notes. So that's just a tip for you. All right, so let's share the screen now. Here we go. All right, there you go. And I'm going to be here on the screen with you. And we are going to have a conversation. Come on. We want to be successful. We want to be successful. We want to be happy. We want to be healthy. We want to live a full life. I call it life by design. And what that means is that we need to think about what kind of life we want to live. Otherwise, life is going to pass by and we don't want to have any regrets. And life is just so beautiful that we want to take a moment to think about what we want. So let's begin. Are we ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Annual goal setting. All right. So let's go to the next page. Okay. When I teach, every time I teach, pretty much every time I teach or coach, we like to begin with some sort of affirmation or a quote like this one. Why? Because perspective is reality. So it's really fascinating to see what people come up with when they see a quote. And that gives you an insight, which is this, that we all read the same quote, and yet we each have a different perspective, right? So now you're probably wondering, Why? Why is that? Well, because we are all unique and wonderful and beautiful, right? And we have been socialized differently, and we have different values and different beliefs and different culture. And all of that, right, contributes to how you see the world and who you are. So here is our quote for today. What do you think? There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. How powerful is that, right? Just take a second. Let that sink in for a second. We are a few hours away from 2023, and this is what we have, right? So we are capable of living a grand life, right? But we cannot do that unless we take this time, right? We take the time to reflect and to understand who we are and what kind of life we want to have. Beautiful quote, yes? Okay, so here we go. Agenda for today. Hey, I am an educator, a passionate educator, a committed educator. So of course I have an agenda. And that is what? We are going to talk about whole life vision. Holistically, we want to look at our life vision. What is it? How do we want to live? What do we want to achieve? What do we want to feel? What kind of legacy we want to leave behind? So, and we have worksheets for that in the actual webinar, which also I have a course that's coming up January 13. I may as well share that with you right now. Didn't plan on it, but yes, Life Goal Mastery, which I invite all of you to sign up today. And at the end of this overview, this goal setting presentation, I will have that once again. And then we're going to talk about wild goals, brainstorming. You need to brainstorm. You need to think big. There is no box, by the way, right? Yes, society or I don't know, people, they like to put us in a box. And I'm here to tell you there is no box, okay? If you are in a box, get that box out of the way. There is no box, and you are free to think as big as you can, and you are also free to really pursue this idea that you as a human being have the potential to become your best self. And we are going to explore that in this presentation here, in this lesson. Then we are going to talk about the why of goals, the SMART goals, which I talk extensively in my book, Why Not You? And then I have a bonus for you, annual goal setting, 3 specific goals that we are going to look at. All right, so let's begin. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you are excited as well. So let's take a minute. Do you have a journal? You need to have a journal, something to take notes with. I can wait for you. Go ahead and take your journal. At least the main ideas, okay? So we are going to begin and talk about the rocking chair, and then we're going to get some perspective, and then we're going to look at the 3 months worksheet. So the rocking chair, are you ready? Okay. The rocking chair is all about you in the future, okay? So close your eyes for just a moment and imagine yourself as a 90 years old on a rocking chair, okay? Or maybe you are not in a rocking chair because today you are going to set up a lifelong goal, and that is to be healthy, right? Healthy in every which way. So then when you get to 90, you're not going to need a rocking chair unless you want one to just relax. Anyways, the rocking chair activity is all about thinking, right? Imagining yourself as a 90 years old or 100 years old person, and looking back at the life you have had. What kind of life was it? Yes. And how do you feel about that? What have you achieved? And what kind of difference have you made? And how do you feel today? How do you feel today about the life you have lived? And if there was anything that you want to share with other people, right, that they just start out, or some sort of advice or wisdom with younger people, what would you tell them based on your experience, right? But this is you in the future. And the beautiful thing about this is that now you get to come back to today, to reality, to make that happen, right? Okay, so that is the rocking chair. You taking about 20 minutes and writing down, how do you see your life as a 90 years old? What this does is going to give you perspective, which is our next activity. Your perspective, real perspective, right, into your life today. Okay, so we had a rocking chair experience. You are 90 years old and you are looking back at the life you have lived. How was it? What would people say? What achievements, as I said, what achievement, what goals, what kind of difference have you made? What do people say about you? How are they going to remember you? So all of this informs how you are going to live your life today and going forward. And that's where the get perspective comes in. That's the next activity that we are doing in the workshop. So the get perspective, it's all about taking the time out right now, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll wait for you. And you can pause this lesson and take 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get a perspective on your life today. Where do you see yourself in 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? You see where we're going with this? This sort of tells you that if you want to achieve a good life, if you want to be a 90 years old person and be satisfied and fulfilled and still be useful to society, right? And use your wisdom to make a difference, then you need to live that kind of life. So that's what get perspective it's all about. What do you want to achieve in 2 years, 5 years, 15 years? And how about 3 months? And that's where the next activity comes in. Now, keep in mind, this is part of the workshop. We're doing this live and it's so much fun. And I hope you consider signing up for one when the next one will be offered. So now we're moving on to the 3 months worksheet. The 3 months, it's about where do you see yourself in 3 months? 3 months is when? So we have January coming up in just a few hours, right? February, March, April 1st. Where do you see yourself April 1st, on April 1st? So you are going to now work on that vision of 3 months. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve? Where are you going to be? So obviously 3 months, it's about short-term goals, but you can also, of course, plan long-term goals that you can work on simultaneously. Short-term goals are really, really important, of course, because it gives you the motivation, the momentum, right? So that's the 3 months vision. Where are you going to be April 1st? What kind of person? And what do you need to do today, right? What are the goals? What are the steps that you need to take to achieve the goals? What kind of behavior do you need to have or change? What kind of habits do you want to cultivate in order to achieve the goals that you set up for yourself today to achieve in 3 months? Make sense? Are you with me? Awesome. Okay. So moving on. Okay. Now, let's have this discussion. And right now you can go to the comments on YouTube here or Facebook or whatever you happen to watch this, and tell us, what do you think about your life vision, or what do you think about what you have heard so far? You only get one life, and there is nothing worse than looking back, right? Imagine looking back when you are an older person and have regrets that you didn't do the things you wanted to do. You didn't take the choices, the decisions you should have had. Well, guess what? Today you have a chance. You can do that today, and you begin 2023 strong, confident, and empowered, and most important, with goals and a plan of action. Excuse me. Okay. Now, dream big, set goals, take action. It's really not a secret. When you think about it, it's not a rocket science. It's about goals. It's about setting goals. It's about setting goals that are aligned with who you are and your values, because otherwise you're not going to achieve them. It's going to be very hard to keep going, especially when life is hard. And we are going to brainstorm some wild goals. You see, you need to think big, like sky is the limit. No, there is no sky. You need to think really big, because even if some of the goals that you set for yourself, you don't, let's say they don't happen for whatever reasons, you are still winning, because in the process you are becoming someone else. You are becoming closer to who you're supposed to be. Amazing. That's right. Amazing, because we are capable of achieving greatness if we really apply ourselves. But of course, there is something called accountability, responsibility, persistence, right? Resilience. Yes, those things. You can call them habits, right? You can call them attitudes. You can call them, the way you conduct your life. Without those goals, just setting goals and having a plan of action without having all these habits and beliefs in place, I think is going to be very difficult. So at this time, go ahead and turn the page on your journal. As you see, I have a lot of journals myself. Turn the page and write on that page, a clean page. Go ahead and write wild goals for 2023. Go ahead and come up with 50 goals. Everything goes, okay? And this is not the time to be perfect on your list. Just write down everything, because we are going to narrow it down. By the time we finish this short lesson here, you are going to have 3 core main goals that you're going to work with beginning 2023. If you're serious about achieving greatness, if you're serious about achieving massive success, as I said earlier, and become a part of the 9%, then this is what you need to do. All right. So now you are done with your wild goals brainstorming. Yes, perfect. At this moment, you need to understand the why of your goals, which is really the why of everything. Why we do what we do. Yes, why we behave the way we behave, why we think the way we do. You see, all these whys, if you take the time to really be intentional and reflective on who you are and why you live the life the way you do, then you're going to come up with a lot of answers that will help you perhaps redirect your life. And that's why it's important when you set your ultimate goals, it's important to also know why. Why am I setting this goal? What is the purpose? How is this goal going to help me become better in this area of my life or in my life overall, right? So it's very important. Okay. Now, SMART goals. Now, setting goals is great. Brainstorming goals is great. Dreaming of big goals is fantastic. But if you don't have the strategy behind it, if you don't have an action plan, as I call it, step by step, that you need to implement and be committed to implementing those steps, then nothing is going to happen. You see, you have to walk the talk. Like I like to say, I lead by example. You are going to see me do what I am telling you to do because I know it works. I'm not just talking about it. And that's the difference between me and others. What I do is what I teach, is what I share. Because if it's possible for me, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? And that's that. There's no excuses, because here we're talking in terms of ability, right? We all have challenges. Of course, we have challenges. And what I've learned is that every challenge makes us what? Stronger. What is that song? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. There you go. But we need to train our mind to look at it that way. Like I trained myself, I trained my brain to look at an opportunity in every challenge. Because we know we cannot change events outside of our control. But what can we do is what? We can control ourselves and how we respond to the events that are happening to us. So you see, we have a choice. Even in the most difficult situation, we still have a choice. If we are aware and intentional that, in fact, there is a choice, right? We can make a decision about that. So, SMART goals, I have a whole chapter in my book, Why Not You? And I talk about SMART goal extensively. Even in my blog, I have several articles about SMART goals. Go ahead and read it if you need further help. But SMART goals is all about what? S stands for specific. So your goal has to be specific. And we can go over an example. They have to be measurable. What you measure, you achieve. Have you heard of that? If you don't measure, you won't achieve. How do you know if you're making progress if you don't measure? right? Attainable. You need to have a good understanding that the goal can be attained. Like, for example, you cannot go tomorrow and run a marathon without any training or any experience, right? It's not attainable. And if you do that, then you set yourself for a big disappointment. And we don't want to do that. Why would we want to do that to ourselves? So we need to be really, to have a strategy. Relevant. Okay, is relevant to you? Is relevant to your life? Does it help you get better in your life, your career, your relationship, whatever the goal is about? And last, you need a timeline. Yeah, you can say, I want to write a book in 2023. Yeah, what was the timeline? When are you going to start? When are you going to finish? And tell me the steps. How are you going to do that? Right? So that is the nail that goal, the SMART goal setting. Specific goal. Okay, I want to get healthy and fit in 2023. Now, see what I said there? I didn't say I want to lose weight. I want to get healthy. There's a big difference, because when you say I want to lose weight, then you sort of like become anxious and stressed, and you're going to watch your calories and you're going to count your calories. And that's not a way to live, right? We want to focus on health, wellness, health, and fitness. And when we focus on that, we have to change the behavior and how we live and what we eat. We want to change our environment. We want to change the way we think about health and fitness. And when we do that, right, holistically, of course, we're going to lose weight, because we're going to get healthier. We're going to get fitter. And that's what we want. And this, it's a goal for life, not just in 2023, right? Because health is wealth. And let me let you into a secret. Health and fitness is the goal, or the habit, if you will, that all the other habits depend on. Because when you are healthy and fit, you have high energy all day long, and you are also resilient to challenges. You are going to bounce back when you have challenges, when you struggle with life, right? When life happens, you are not going to give up, because you are going to be resilient. You're going to be strong. You tell yourself, the self-talk, it's positive. You're going to say, I can do this. That's what I tell myself. Val, you can do this. You've done it before. You can do it. So if you need to take a little time to recoup, right? To really reflect, okay, go ahead and do that. Because we need to be kind. We need to be kind to ourselves and have respect for ourselves. So that's measurable. We are going to measure. We are going to measure our progress. Are we going to run if we run, okay? 3 miles a day, 2 miles a day, 5 miles a day. We're going to walk 15 minutes a day. In fact, speaking of health and fitness, on my website, I have a 4 weeks free program that we are just finishing tomorrow. The last enrollment, the last month, it's free. So go there. By the way, I am a big enthusiastic advocate for health and fitness, holistic health, because I think we need to experience life fully, and we cannot do that unless we are healthy, mind, body, and heart. All right. We're moving on from SMART goals. So we have our goals. We have our strategy about how to achieve our goals. Oh, here I want to pause and tell you about my 90 days coaching program that you can find all the details on my website, valmarguerite.com. It's 2023 new life, renew you. You love your life, love your life. This is a personal achievement program, unlike any other. I'm really passionate about this because it's going to transform your life from inside out. So you are going to work with me one-on-one, and this is what we are going to do together, right? The overview that I had just gone over in this short session here, we are going to expand that, and we are going to make it really specific and intentional to your own life. And I hope you will sign up. Please think about that. Go to my website for more information and sign up. And of course, if you have further questions, let me know. Reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. And annual goal settings. Here we have 3 goals. So from that list, right? Remember the wild goals? Go back to that list and give a number. Okay, if it's important, give one number. If it's important to you, give number one. Yes. And those goals, from those goals, let's say you pick 10 goals. From those goals, pick the top 3 goals that you are going to focus on in this coming year. What is it? Okay. And I want you to think here holistically. In my practice, and when I talk to my students and my clients, we talk about the wheel of life. I use that in my personal life. What is the wheel of life? Well, the wheel of life is a coaching tool, but anybody can use it. It's a coaching tool that informs you about the quality of your life. Where are you currently in every area that's important to your life? From finances to health and fitness, to relationships, to career, spirituality, fun and recreation, community, environment, right? All of the things that you care about. When you put these things on the wheel, you want the wheel to be balanced. If it's not balanced, you're not going to be feeling very good, right? I mean, imagine a bike. Imagine riding a bike with a flat tire. That's not going to work. The same thing in your life. Imagine your life being off balance. You're going to be stressed out. You are going to be anxious. You're not going to be a good person to be around, right? And as a result, you are going to probably not be feeling very well. Your health will suffer, your happiness, and your loved ones, perhaps. So we want that wheel of life to be balanced. So when you pick your 3 goals, keep in mind what area of your life needs the most attention. Is it your health? Excellent. I hope it is, because health, it's a lifetime goal. It's not just for 2023. It's forever. Okay? Because if we are healthy, we can do anything. Absolutely anything. No matter how difficult, how hard it is, we can do it. Why? Because we have our health and resilience and belief in ourselves that we can do it. And the Goal Mastery for Life program, that's another program that I want you to take advantage of. Go to my website again. This program begins January 11, I think. And if you sign up today, you can use this Gratitude 20 to get a 20% discount. So go ahead if you are thinking about achieving massive success, if you are thinking about transforming your life in 2023 and beyond, if you need help setting your goals, setting your life vision, and putting a plan of action with habits, attitudes, and beliefs, right, that will get you off to an amazing start tomorrow, 2023, or the day after, depends where you are, then I hope you consider this program, Goal Mastery for Life, or the other one, the one-on-one private coaching, 90 days. Super exciting. And that's it. Thank you. If you enjoyed this presentation, if you found it helpful, please let me know. I would love to hear what you think. And because, by the way, one of my goals for 2023 is to be consistent in my content delivery on my social media, one of which is YouTube. So it will help me, and I will be forever grateful if you let me know if this presentation was helpful. Then let me know. And what else do you need help with? I would love to help you achieve your best, achieve your highest potential, because I cannot imagine, right? I cannot imagine ourselves having this one-time opportunity to have this amazing life and not take full advantage of it. So I want to thank you for your attention. I want to thank you for your time. And I think this is it. So this is how you find me. Go to valmarguerite.com. At Dr. Val Marguerite is my Instagram, and Dr. Val Marguerite on Facebook. Everyone, thank you so much for your time. I am so grateful for all of you. I am grateful for having the opportunity and the means to do this. I am very committed to human potential. I am very committed and passionate about education leadership. And I believe all of us, when we are supporting one another, when we are kind to one another, and when we understand that we are, each of us is unique and we can achieve greatness. Maybe we are at different points in our lives, but we can make progress and we can achieve greatness. Then we can let the universe know that we are ready. We are ready to be responsible, to be accountable, and to do whatever it takes to transform our life and really pursue happiness, pursue success, and just have meaning and fulfillment. That's what life is all about, right? Otherwise, why struggle? Why be stressed out and anxious when we know what works? And what works, now you know. Goal setting, a plan of action, smart goals, and get help. Get help and get support. And last but not least, the people around you really impact you positively or negatively. So do be aware of who is in your environment. That's it. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I wish you much success, health, and happiness in 2023. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Again, this is Val Marguerite, Dr. Val Marguerite, as many of you know me by, and you find all about me and learn more about me at my website, valmarguerite.com, my book, Why Not You? How to Become an Empowered Woman. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Let's stop this.